Hi everyone, welcome back to The Crafty Author. My name is Anissa, I am The Crafty Author, and welcome to my quilting studio. Today we're going to do a really quick and fun and easy project for Valentine's Day, since tomorrow is Valentine's Day and I'm behind on my Valentine's Day gifts. This year I'm going to keep it very, very simple. I'm going to use what I already have in the quilting room, and I'm going to jump right in and show you exactly what we're going to do today. So what I have here is some Valentine's Day fabric that I've had sitting in my stash for quite a while. I actually purchased this fabric at Joann's when they were still open, probably about a year or two ago, and I did use this for a project back then, but today I'm going to use it for our project that we're going to do today. So we're kind of going to do a 2-for-1 in this project that we have here today. So the first thing that we are going to do is we're going to use our microwavable bowl Koozie batting. We're going to cut out just enough fabric for our bowl cozy, and I'm going to just leave it double-sided. So I have my fabric folded in half for this part. Now I have enough fabric to do 2 of these. So there's a half a yard, and I do have enough for both. So I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll make 2 of these bowl cozies, and then I am also going to make some hot pads. Now, I'm going to show you how I make the hot pads. I just think this fabric is so cute with the little gnomes on it. Look how cute they are. Aren't those adorable? Look, in case you can't see it good enough. Close up, extreme close up. All right, so we're just going to start cutting and get everything prepared, and then we'll start sewing. Actually, I'm going to fold these or put these right sides facing each other so that when I cut it, it'll already be ready to be sewn perfectly. All right, so I've finished cutting these out. So these are all ready to go. And since those are directional, I'm going to want to make sure that I'm going to keep these directional. So now I'm going to set those aside, and I'm going to start on my hot pad. Now, I like to make my hot pads a little bit bigger. And of course, these, I'm not going to be putting Insulbrite in them. So they're going to just be kind of like to put your pot or your bowl on your table. So if you wanted to make these so that they could be used to take items out of the oven, then I would highly suggest using a product called Insulbrite. I do not have any right now, so we are just going to work with what we've got here, and it's going to be just fine. And let's see, take this big ruler here, and I'm just going to cut using my ruler. Just cut that there. I'm going to cut this at 10 inches. Right here. I think this is going to give me everything that I need for this, because I have my fabric folded. So this should actually be enough for 2. Yes, this is enough for 2. So let's see how big I have this now. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 pieces together here and 2 pieces together here. I'm going to use leftover batting that I have in my stash. We're going to cut that, and that's what we're going to put in between those. All right, so when I tell you that this is the scrappiest project that you're going to make, this is the scrappiest project that you're going to make. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to cut a piece of batting. Now this is really scrappy batting. Actually, we're going to use this piece because that piece has dog hair on it that I need to lint roll. And I am just going to take my rotary cutter, just cut there, cut. It's a little difficult to cut on that side like that, but we were able to do it. And so we can just put this away for another project. And then we have our batting here. Just gonna center this right right there, because I can feel where the edge of that batting is. Okay, and now we have our batting cut for our hot pads. So I will go ahead and put these together like so. I'm just gonna take these aren't really directional, so it doesn't really matter the way that you make them, but go ahead and just put that one face down like that. If I can get my act together here, I'd be happy to show you. Okay, so there we go. Got that on there like that. And I know that my batting is a little bit bigger. I'm not worried about that. We're gonna trim all of this off once we're done. I'm gonna put my fabric sides, right sides facing each other. I am going to stick a pin in here to hold them together. I'm going to do the same thing with these. And you'll see that I have some of my selvage edge over here. I'm not overly concerned about that because when I sew the seam in there, it's not going to matter. Yeah, put that one right sides facing each other. Oop, but they have to be the right sizes. Okay, there we got that one. Stick a pin in here, and then I'm going to cut just a small little piece so that you can hang it, so we can make a little loop with it. So I will just cut a little 3-inch loop. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my ironing board and I'm going to fold these in half like that, and then I will fold them in on themselves like this and then press it, and that will make our loop. So I'm going to go over and do that real quick, and then I will be right back to finish showing you how we're going to do this. Okay, I have our pieces pressed, and we're going to go to the sewing machine, and I'm going to stitch this down 1/8 of an inch on both of these sides just to secure that down. I'm going to do that to both of these pieces. I'm just going to start sewing it about 1/8 of an inch here down the one side. I'm going to do that on this one as well. I'll trim my thread and do the other sides. This is just to hold that down in place so that it doesn't come unravel. We have that part done. I'm going to trim this part. And now we're ready to just fold this and make a little loop with it. And then we can put it into our hot pad. I might hang this one on the corner. We'll just hang it right there. That's kind of cute. Probably going to need to use some clips to hold that in place. I'm going to clip that right there. Do the same thing with this one. Now we can start sewing all the way around our hot pads. Take 2 of my tags too. I want to tag this. These are just my little personal tags that I have. It says the Crafty Author on one side and it says the Quilted Tee on another side because the Quilted Tee is my t-shirt quilt company. I just want to do this before we start sewing. That way everything is nice and prepped and ready to go. I'm going to sew 1/4 of an inch all the way around my square, and I'm going to leave an opening about this big, probably about 4 inches. So I'm just going to start stitching right here, and I will back stitch. And I will stitch around that corner. I'm going to back stitch over that loop so that it's nice and secure there. And I'm just going to continue. Okay, so we have our first square done. We've sewn all the way around, so we're good there. We're going to do that to our next piece. Now we're ready to trim, so we can trim all of this off. And that's what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim all this excess around my square off. I'm just going to go around to seal all my seams in, and I'm going to use 1/8 of an inch. We have our first gift done. Super easy, super cute. Look at this. I love it. I absolutely love it. Look, and now it can hang. We're going to move on to the bowl koozie now. So I have taken the pin out of my layers and I have them both like this. I have one layer attached to my batting. Now you can quilt this if you want to. I will go ahead and quilt this one. And I'm just going to use some wavy lines just to go ahead and give it a little bit of spice and to hold it together. And you can quilt this any way that you want to. Since we're doing this really quick, I am just doing it very quickly. I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, my bobbin ran out. I had to stop and reload that. And actually, I am using a different color of bobbin now. So I just grabbed what I had on hand. So it's not going to match. But that's okay. So let's see. Yeah, that's good. Now we're going to take our edges and we're going to fold them together. So you have these 4 edges here. We are just going to take these 2 pieces and we're going to sew them right sides facing each other. We're going to sew all of the edges like that. And I am just going to use a 1/4 inch seam here. I'm going to start there. And I'll backstitch because I want to hold that together. And I'll backstitch here. And then I'm going to take the next one and I'm going to place it right side together. Just like that. You can clip it or pin it if it helps you. Okay. Got that edge done. We're folding this one now. And then we're going to fold the last one together. It's going to go just like this. Now we have that attached to our batting. You can see that the cozy is already forming here. So we have something that looks like a bowl. It's cute. So cute. And now I'm just going to take my other piece that I have and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to fold those edges right sides facing each other and I'm just going to stitch them down. Now, if you want this to be extra thick, you can actually put another layer of batting and attach it to this one, but you don't have to. We have one side left to do, and then we're going to be done here. So, last side. You're just going to fold all of those V's that you have there. And I will link down below in the description box where you can get these pre-cut battings already. You can also cut it yourself. There's numerous tutorials, and I have a tutorial on how to do it as well that I will link to for you as well so that you can do that if you'd like to. All right, so that's what we have now. We've got like this bowl, and it looks really cute, and I am loving it. Look at that. Ta-da! Could actually use it as a bowl for your clips or something too if you wanted to. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to put these right sides facing each other. So I'm going to turn this one right side or inside out. And then I'm going to place my one with the batting. I'm going to put that one inside here. And then I'm going to line up my seams. I'm going to nest those together. I'm going to do that for all the sides that I'm working with here. And then nest all those seams. And take your time lining stuff up because it'll save you a lot of headache in the long run. There. And then here's our last one. I'm going to put some clips along here too just to hold the edges in place. We're going to try and put my tag in here again. Let's see if it'll stay this time. Now, again, we're going to leave an opening when we start sewing this. So I'm going to leave an opening on this side, just a small opening, and you can mark it. You can mark it with pins, you can mark it with clips, you can mark it with marker, you can mark it with whatever you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and just mark it with some pins here so that I know that this is my starting point and this will be my stopping point. And then we're just going to sew this with a 1/4 inch seam. We're at the end, and now we're going to just back stitch right there. And I'm going to cut my threads. And now we're going to turn this inside out. So we're going to just take our small opening that we have right here. And we're just going to start pulling our fabric through there. Gently, I'm going to take my hemostats again, and I'm going to go inside here and just kind of press out those corners just so that they can all just kind of pop out a little bit. Take your time doing this and do not be rough because you do not want to poke holes into your project. I know this from firsthand experience because I do it all the time. I warn about it and then I do it myself. So take it from me. Now we're just gonna push it in. Look at that. We've got our cute little bowl. Oh my goodness. It's so cute. Cute, 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 cute. And then we still have our opening here, so we need to close that up. And so I will do that with my clips. Just gonna clip that close so that we know. And then I am going to go around this with an 1/8 inch stitch. And I'm going to just go ahead and stitch it down. Take your time. You're going through a lot of bulk on this. And now we're done. So you can flip it either way. You can have it inside like that, or you can flip it the other way. Just whichever way works best for you. Like I said, you could use this for your clips too. If you didn't want to use it as a bowl cozy, you could actually use it to store your threads. You could use it for your clips, your scissors. You could put that right next to your sewing machine, and that would work out really great too. But we're going to use it for a bowl cozy. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to finish our other one, and then I will come back and I will show you the finished product of all of it, and we will be done. Our project is now finished, and it turned out so cute. I can't wait to show it to you. Here are the little hot pads. Aren't those cute? Oh my goodness, those are not cute. I love these little gnomes that are on here. It's so stinking cute. So those are the hot pads. And then we have our bowl koozies that look like this. Aren't those adorable? They turned out so cute. Now I want to tell you what else you can do with these. I made 2 of them, of course. You could put your quilting, crafting supplies in these, and they would work great as a little bowl. So you could put like your clips in there. You could put your rotary cutter, your scissors, and you could have this sitting right next to your sewing machine, and that would look fantastic. The other thing you could do with this is fill it full of candy for a loved one and give it to them as a Valentine's Day gift. Or you could fill it with all those goodies and maybe cellophane wrap it and make it look really pretty, and like attach a balloon to it just to make it look really neat. I love these. These turned out so cute. Or you could do it as a set, and you could give it to somebody like this, or you could even roll this up and stick it in here as a bow, and that way you could hand that to them for Valentine's Day. It's not Thanksgiving yet. Oh my goodness sakes. Anyway, wow. I don't know where that came from, but apparently my mind is on Thanksgiving. Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. I also wanted to remind you that I do have a series that I have developed right now, which is called Thread Academy. And it is teaching you about all the different types of threads and what it's used for like serger thread, sewing thread, garment thread, quilting threads, and whatnot. And I have created this character who's really cute and really spunky, and her name is Spoolina. She's an animated character, but she tells you a lot of information about different types of thread. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check it out on my YouTube channel and also on Instagram and Facebook, because every day it gets posted and there's always a thread tip. So for the next 28 days, that's what you'll be seeing from me on all of the social media platforms. And I hope you do enjoy. And please feel free to interact with it and to come to me with any questions that you may have. All right, now that is it for me today. If you have any questions, or if you would like to follow me on social media, the links are down below in the description box. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you'd like to share it, that's great, because sharing is caring. Don't forget to click the little bell here, subscribe. You'll get notified each and every time that I upload an awesomely cool new video. And keep on crafting. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.